Hi kings and queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, we will go through where we can potentially see Bitcoin coming up and retest if we are not breaking down now from 43,200 and see movements to the downside. We can either reach 43,760 and we can also come back up to 44,900. If we're going to the higher time frames, the market is closing with an evening star, so we just might see the beginning of this week to be a little bit bullish, just to create a wick, and then you see the market bouncing to the downside. Don't forget that I am no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you exactly how I see the higher time frames on Bitcoin and Ethereum and how we can just break everything down to find our position. So we're doing a little recap on this Sunday, looking at the weekly first of all, or looking at how the weekly candlestick is closing. We do have a pretty huge bearish candlestick. So if we're just dragging a support trend line or support a support line, which we can see the market came up to and retested, and you saw the market retesting it from below and bounce to the downside. So what we're looking at now, but based on the weekly candlestick, we're taking a fib from 46,600 to the lowest points at 42,300 at 233. That could take us back up to 44,350 and potentially 44,900. If we're going to the weekly chart, I mean, this could obviously happen when we're coming into the week. You just might see the market as a wick, and then you see the market going back down again, because I do still believe that we will overall that we are bearish at the moment, but we just might have a pullback to the upside, and that is why we're using these levels to see if the beginning of the week will be bullish, and then you see the market bouncing to the downside again. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually happens. So you just might see the market coming up to these levels, and then you see the bounce to the downside, because using the higher time frames candlestick is pretty volatile, and these three candlestick is representing an evening star. So if we're just googling evening star, that is a bearish reversal pattern, and you do have these three candlesticks combined together, and after that you see the market having a bounce back to the downside. So this is exactly how we're closing this week, but obviously in the beginning of the week we can have the pullback up to these levels for just a pullback, and then the market continues to the downside. Everything kind of depends on how the market obviously is moving, but if we're looking to the left, which is also very important to do, we can look at this previous lower high that we do have on the 8-hourly chart. So we can also, before we're coming to the higher time frames Fibonacci, we just might come back up and retest potentially for the 3,624 or for the 3,740. Or we can do this. We're taking another Fibonacci from the last lower high to the last low. And yeah, so this is the one that I did have before. We are breaking that level, so we just might see either this is just a fake out to the upside, so we just might see the market in the next candlestick, we see the market closing below potentially 43,160. If this is the case, the market will definitely continue back down. It is Monday, it is the beginning of the week, so you just might have a fake out to the upside, and a lot of people think the market will be long, but actually the market is just doing a fake out or does whatever it's supposed to do, and then the right move will happen and a push to the upside. Yeah, 100%. I'm not surprised that this is happening, but the overall picture, I still believe that we will reverse back to the downside. My sell limit order on Bybit just got activated during the live stream that I did have, or a little bit before that. I am in a little bit of a drawdown. I do have my stop loss pretty far away, but I need the market to have the space. I will move my stop loss depending, obviously, how if I see the market having huge momentum to the upside, I will definitely close the position. Don't forget that you can receive a bonus on Bybit up to $4,100 by using the link in the description down below the video. You're always supporting Bitcoinsensus by doing that, and I will never stop saying that. So you're having the best bonus available in the link in the description down below the video. This is what I see at the moment on Bitcoin. So just waiting for the market to have some pullback to the upside, and obviously that is the same thing that can happen on Ethereum. If you're just going here on the live stream, I also were talking about this previous lower low or previous higher low that we are at the moment retesting, and you can already see that, or this was a supply candle. I think it was on the 4-hour supply or demand candle. So this is a demand zone that I do have. You saw from this level, you saw the huge bounce to the upside. So this level is really important for us to use around 3,300. You can already see that we are retesting that level, but we can do another thing because obviously the market is still doing higher highs and higher lows. So we're waiting for the market to see. You can even go to the lower time frames and see the break of structure. So we can do it like this. So we're just taking a trend line, and you can see that we are about to break it, but I would want the market to come back down at least and break 3,280, create a bigger lower low, and at that point I want to see if we actually see the market creating a lower high and continues back down. And we're also using this support trend line to see if we're breaking this trend line, we're definitely in a sell position where we can find an entry to go short. But at the moment we can use the 15 too, but if we want to be more accurate, we need to break this last higher low that we do have around 3,240, create a lower high, and that could be the push to the downside. So obviously everything depends on patience actually, because at the moment you can definitely see the market pushing even more to the upside and reach 3,346 and potentially 3,390, and from these levels we do expect the market to break to the downsides, because that is the higher time frames lower high where it can be created. So we do have this previous demand zone, or we can reach up to the Fibonacci levels and see the break of structure, or we see the market having more momentum to the upside. So obviously everything depends on how the market is moving, but this is what we're looking at. Thank you so much guys for looking at this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know when I am live next week and when I have my daily updates. You can hear my cat screaming in the background. He needs some females, and I'm just waiting for them to come here so he can stop yawning. Meow, meow, meow. That's how he sounds every day. Meow, 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 meow. Have a good day guys. See each other later. From Sweden.